enough out of it.
Now, one
Look out there,
time if you get to the front, you can see a piece of work I put on it. I run it in the booth.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I busted the bumper on the windshield. Hooked my grandson through the windshield or in it. And he gets in here to work, but I don't know what he is in there to see. Now, that's over there, that left-hand bumper over there.
Yeah.
I made that and put it on
Well,
myself.
You made it.
I made it, put it
yeah.
on.
I'll be.
I went and got me a piece of iron that I could take to the forge. We had a blacksmith shop. I took it to the forge and I had it. And I bent it to fit the pieces that I broke on that. It's just like this in
Yeah,
here,
I
see, but
see.
I made over there. And I bent it to fit it. Then I took it in the shop and I got the hacksaw, sawed it off for 1 tooth. Then I took it to the drill press and I had marked the place for the bolts. And I went in, drilled it, took it back out, put it all on there. It fit perfect. Got in and drove it back up to his house, and he said, "Mama won't ever tell you you can't do nothing anymore."
I guess not.
Put some moss on that rock back there. Just green, solid green. Looks like somebody's painted them. The moss on those big rocks looks like
Yeah.
somebody's painted them, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, this was my chicken yard. I had the hens in this side, and the other side is solid floor, and I get sand in there and the furnish it all.
Yeah.
And
Didn't that what that was? An old hoop?
yeah,
No?
that's a roof, I guess, off of, no, it ain't off a wheel, is it?
That's off, might be off. That's too heavy for a barrel.
No, it's off a wheel, I think.
Might be, yeah, around the hub. It could have been around the hub.
Especially with the stick.
Yeah.
Well, the child, we had a lot of kids.
Yeah, that looks like one that somebody's played with.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the one my husband made for him to
Well,
put
you can
on.
see that's where that was put together right there.
Yeah, I think he put that together.
That's a strap of iron that has been put together.
Yeah.
That's what he done. He welded.
Yeah.
He was a great
Forge welder
mechanic.
right there.
My husband was a great mechanic.
I believe that.
Yeah, that's what I
There's plenty of evidence around here of that, yeah.
Lay it over there.
Don't let that go away.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It's probably what.
That's, I think that's one Elmo, your Uncle Ralph made to put on one of them little wagons he made.
Yeah, he made
his
it. I
brother
remember
a
that.
kiddie car.
Lloyd, I guess it was. He made it.
Yeah, he made the kiddie car for
Kitty
him.
car. And cut out
Mother
the
said
wheels.
it's worth $1 million to her. He cried so much, he was sick a lot. But he didn't cry after that.
could do anything.
He built this barn, all this was, he had to build when we come here. There wasn't nothing but an old shack-a house and a little log barn where that script sits. All there was here. We put in brand new fence around the whole thing, and in a month's time, we hadn't had it done a month, the flood came.
Yeah.
And it laid it all down, tore it up,
my.
washed where the post was put in, the washed out and just bury a horse.
But I bet it's come down through here pretty good sometimes.
Oh,
hasn't it?
this was all covered at
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when this
Rain and all that.
low place used to be lower than it is now. It's filled in quite a bit.
Mitchell had his little pit now, then now all was there, now it was the top.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you.
Covered all up.
Yeah.
It's in that barn. The creek was all up, but just like an inch of coming in our house. The cellar was still on it.
Good.
That's the reason I never put down any carpets.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I told him it'd be hard enough to clean up on rugs, but I wasn't going to put down wall-to-wall carpets.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Oh, no, you've never
And
got
now then, the creeks are filling up, so they spread out worse than they ever did. So it wouldn't pay to.
No, I don't have that at home either because Elmo is allergic to things like that, and it's easy. You don't have to go over it every day with the bucket.
A little bit of mop and go and you get by.
Yeah.
Yeah. That rug's been down there, put down when Clifford Eaton lived here. with us. That's been 45, probably 40 or 45
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
I've tried to take care of it. Said that's another tree we tapped, and then that one over there. But that one there, I guess we got into dead in the center
Yeah, didn't
because
get too much out of that.
it was looked like old blood.
Well, look
Got
at the tree doesn't look good.
Listen, that woman's quite a teacher that brings us work with those children.
I think she is
Listen,
too.
she's got those kids. She's done up there what every high school in the Ozarks should have done.
Yeah,
Is get these children to realize what their heritage is.
that is
And
what
she's
they
done
can
it. And those
do.
kids are interested in this. They're
That's
interested
it.
in the old ways, and not.
I'm getting every subscription
Oh.
sent up there I can for her.
She's
I
just
bought,
she's just done a tremendous job.
I bought 4.
I gave, in fact, I've given 6 away in the last
Yeah,
year because
I
I see
gave
people that I
4.
know appreciate it,
Yeah.
you know, and they do.
I gave 4, and my 2 boys, I thought, oh, they won't care so much about it. But you know, they're probably
sure,
interested.
they're just
They made
well
more
done.
fuss over them than they did my writing, my little old book. They didn't act like his mine was anything. You feel and understand.
I thought I
it,
did.
Colin.
Yeah, but
I had
you know,
woman tell
I'm
me the
always
other day, though,
expecting
in Utah when she was here. She said, I said, well, maybe I should have got professional help and getting my story together or something. She said, if you had it, would have been worth half of
That's
it.
right. That's right. That's
Well,
true.
that made me feel kind of good about it. I thought maybe it wasn't so bad.
No, I read it twice. I learned a lot from it.
I think Elmo can go ahead with it, him and Clay, and maybe put some more up with it, and he wants to put in some more pictures.
Oh yeah, fill it.
This man at Ozark, he wouldn't put in any more pictures. Said he didn't have room, but look
Yeah.
at the blank paper I paid for.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
they've never put out a book like that before,
No.
too.
He
You
done
know,
it
you
for
need
me,
that
and I
experience.
appreciate it. I told him I wanted to get it done. They couldn't do it for a year at school at Ozarks, and I wanted to do it for my brother's done.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Well, I didn't get it done.
Wonderful keepsake for your children
Yeah.
and grandchildren and everything.
Well, I've had a lot of people, some of these kids I delivered into the world said, why, we wouldn't take nothing for this
No.
book. So 5 to one family that I delivered all 5.
Well,
And they wanted one.
And Ella, the house that the tornado took off the foundation, did you own the property there?
Yes, we did.
Who'd you sell it to?
We sold it to an old dumb man. I believe he was either deaf or dumb. And what was his name? I can't think of his name.
Well, we'll get it later.
I know it.
Again, sounds like you know.
yeah, we got quite a walk here.
No, we bought it from him. Oh. We bought it from this man now through DJ. Oh. And then we sold it. Can't tell you who we sold it to even. We was in the West. We'd gone to Colorado.
Did you sell it through DJ or
No,
you sold
I
it
don't
to
know how it's sold anymore. It just don't come to me now. How we sold it. But we only got $200 for it.
Excuse me.
And we paid 4, I think it was. Maybe we got the 4 back.
How much do you have here in this bottle?
87.
Yeah.
Oh, I
How
thought
much do you have
more,
all together?
but- Well, we've got better than 87 here. 87 in what we bought of the Mitchells.
Oh,
And then we bought off of Bob Duncan, and we bought off of Gizzard. We bought all this road that goes up the creek to the middle of the creek for a road for the people above us too, if we could have. And we paid the Gizzards for that. I forget how much is in it.
that's where the Ozarks come in.
Yeah, that's where the Gizzards come in. We bought from the Gizzards. And then we
Come
bought
on in and
from
sit down.
Bob
let's go ahead
Duncan.
and sit down.
We bought from Bob Duncan twice.
Oh, somebody's hairpin.
I could probably lean over here.
Yeah, turn the light.
Thank you. And the last time We didn't get it
Go ahead, Betty.
the last part, the last acre or two, I think, from Duncan, because he said, you got it fenced, so what's the difference? And my husband didn't go do anything about it.
Yeah.
When I started to back out with the goose egg, he'd pick me
Yeah.
and flog me. Well, I'd go back in. I stayed there all night and we got let it come in.
Now, where was this?
That's over in the old home,
Yeah.
where Roy Woodley lives. The old house
So
across the
she
hill.
went and she liked the
That's
money
where this
that
was.
of course she's traveling.
He's planning to rebuild that old house, or redo it, you know. This is the sorghum mill, and I rode the old Charlie horse around this to grind the cane.
Yeah.
Now, we had a big one that the road was this way.
Yeah, sideways, running through that one. Yeah.
After I left home, they got a big mill, because Father made so much sorghum. He made for everybody. But I wanted to get Mr. That old man drove for Elmo. So
Oh, yeah, Hertz.
Yeah. This is Logan Cabin. I wanted to get him to draw these horses for me, and he said, no, I won't do it. He said, they're good enough. They'll enhance the value of your story if you did them yourself.
I think so, too.
And he said, I'm not going to do it.
You did a good job of typing. You've had a good time. Is that little typewriter?
That's this little
It doesn't have to do a good job, though. My goodness.
Their letters seem like
Clear.
little.
Yeah, but, well, that's the elite type, they call it. But look how,
It needs worked over.
that's what you could have.
This is the recipe for liver sausage that's in it.
Yeah. There's a couple of good typewriter places in town that,
Redo them. That's about my little black sheep who was killed. And there's the sheep.
One time we came by,
He wouldn't put any of them in the store, and I did want them in there. I've got it all in here.
well, now,
That thing knocked me down.
oh, the well handle,
Yeah.
winch handle.
Yeah, I sure got knocked in the head to that. I let it get away from me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't big enough to be out there drawing water out of it yet.
Now, what mill
I
is
tried
that?
to draw the old quartz-size mill, and I didn't do a very good job. Just as I remembered, you know. The road down the hill in front of it out here. And I just couldn't do it good. It was very poor. Awful poor.
I don't know now, that's one of these somewhere.
I kept about all the Douglas writings in the paper.
Yeah.
Now, see, I had this old song book, and I thought it was very good to use.
I get the idea for sure of what it went. Now, this is Swan Creek. Yeah.
We had this spillway here.
The ladder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably Elmo and Janice's influence.
And my dad used to lead me back through here to watch this water pour through on the water wheel, you know, and I thought that was so fascinating. It was so wonderful to me to see it.
Somebody putting a crane in there, weren't they? That looks like getting ready to draw a crane.
Well, I had dreams of drawing some better ones, but I guess
Wow, what you did, my goodness. Good enough.
This is the Gitman family, and this is the Boyd family.
Who's-
And they're in my story, the parents, but the children. Now, there's only one of the girls, let me see. Well, I think there's three.
Well,
Birdie and Beatty and Pearl. That's all the boys there is a living when they are here. There was all of that many. Let's see. They were all big families.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody had a big family.
Back in those days, they did.
Yeah.
12, 14 children, some of them, or more.
This is the Houseman, and this is the Caseys. And And this is the Kenyans, the Stokeleys, and I think probably that you and Elmo might want that in somewhere in that. It would be good. I wanted to know these all in.
Well, I got to start getting it set up, and then we can start adding things. Because I think the more information we can get in it, the better.
The better it is.
Yes.
That's it.
I think
Yeah.
that'll be the.
I was happy with what Mr.
Oh, well, we're glad you did it that way, because otherwise it wouldn't have ever gotten to this point where we could redo it and add to it. That's the nice thing about it.
Well, if I could just have got it done while my brothers lived, they encouraged me so much. And DJ even went to Fred, I think his name was Baker in Springfield. You know Fred Baker? He's staff writer for
No, I don't know him.
He was with Betty Love and all of them in that. And Betty couldn't come down to our family reunion, and Fred Baker and his wife came.
I've got one just like it.
Well, I hunted this
Or
one.
gray. Mine's gray.
I forgot how to
1890.
spell some of the things.
That's 1934. I've got one older. Same company, evidently. It was just put out by a company that sold.
Joseph Mars, and then I
Yeah.
got
Hammond Book
information
Company.
and get stuff from the botanical gardens at the same place from
Oh, yeah, that company's still in business.
Yeah, that's what I've got there. And they put those out every so many years. They're a doctor.
yeah. I sometimes buy things from them. I did have my own bed out here of golden seal and a few bunches of black cohosh. And now I went with some people down from Rock Hill, Nebraska, to the Boston Mountains to get black cohosh to go with their poke root or arthritis. And you take the poke root and the black cohosh and you take just what you can hold this way. You cut it into strips there. Wash it and cut it all up in strips of both of them, and just what you can hold this way and chop it up smooth here and here. And then you cut this all up and put it in a quart fruit jar and fill it with good whiskey or alcohol. And take a tablespoonful of that night and morning. You're always, before taking it, you have to take Calomel or something to clear out the system. Because poke root within itself, if you don't, it could be poison. But it will cure arthritis if taken right. And they went home, she got well, and they said they'd be back if she didn't. Well, she wrote and told me that she was well of it, she hadn't had any pain. Said if I get any more, I'll be back. I've never heard of them again. No guess.
Did you ever used to get ginseng and?
Oh yes, I've done ginseng, Seneca, and my brothers made a special little hole to dig Seneca.
Ginseng, what's that now? $60 a pound? I think it's $60 a pound now.
Well, the golden seal is awful high, and so is ginseng.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
Amazing, ginseng. You can spot it like that.
Yeah.
Before we got the coast, there was a lot of it over on the seal side here. And there is some grows up here on this bluff.
Northeast,
northwest of that.
Northeast slope.
Yeah, northeast slope is good, but this is the
Well,
north.
yeah, it needs about 80% or more shade.
Yeah, that's
It'll be right down on the lower part of the slope.
I used to go down on the Walnut Mountain, down there in that forest reserve. There's no few deer, but there's nothing else to eat at all. Now down when they had this wildlife preserve there, and they were going in there, they took big goats and turned them out there and shot them.
Call them wild
Called
goats.
them wild. There was wild hogs when we lived there.
I've been collecting a lot of material on wild hogs. I've got quite a bit.
But wild hogs were always domestic hogs that
Range
went
hogs,
wild.
range hogs.
A few generations, and they're just as wild as they can be.
Wild as they
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
But I want what to tell both of you that they don't look like our hogs exactly. Some
No,
of
they
them, and some of them have a, what do you call it? A little round,
Beard, you mean?
well,
Tush?
no, it's a little, somehow or something, kind of like a gobbler, only it's a little
Oh,
round
yeah.
that
Hangs
hangs down, and their snoot's long.
Yeah. The last one I heard of getting was this big one that was tearing up everything over here around Cassville a few years ago. I've got a picture of it in the paper when they shot it. But they sweat blood, they say, and they get mad, you know. That the forage will have a little bit of, I don't know, I've never seen one, but they say.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about that, but I know that my husband and his father went out to get us a wild hog because our other hogs weren't fat. They went around the bluff. We was on top of the, well, there's these, you know what I call them, banks. We was on the top bank where we lived. Well, they went down on the first bank under the top and went on around this bluff. And there's places under this bluff where the hogs had beds, you know, and they lived. And they went around that. My father-in-law went one way, thought he'd drive around towards my husband, and my husband went the other way, thought they'd get them in sight between the two of them. Well, my husband run on to an old wild sow at about 12, 15 feet. Boy, she put him on the bluff, and he stayed. He shot the hog, and it went on around and crawled its bed around the bluff. But the old sow put him out of business. She had to get hid. And he stayed there till his father come around and seen the hog just kicking yet. And he run in and stuffed him. I saw it bleed. And then he come on to hunt Ralph. He knew Ralph had shot it and hurt him.
Yeah.
And so he come on to hunt him, and there he was up on the bluff. Beside the bluff was an old sow. Well, then they both had to wait till she went off and be real quiet till she left with her pig. Then they went and drug their hog in and dressed it. I had water hogs, mother done mine, from the scalded with. So they drug it in and dressed it. But you know, the meat fat on acorns is awful good.
I guess they got pretty wild in there. A bunch of them really tear somebody up.
Yeah. Sometimes the men that do half a dozen of them go out through there to where this wild camp is hauled off. They go back through there hunting. And they get what meat they want to time to kill their own hogs.
Well, let's see. Sure. Mona?